Hey folks, Gary here. Doing the daily Bible reading for Wednesday morning, and it's kind of foggy out there. Hey, Cole? Yeah, Cole and I were out there this morning, early this morning when it was kind of dark out there and very foggy. And it's kind of cool. I like it when it's like that. But I don't like living like that, and you probably don't either. You know what I mean? Like when things are really foggy and you don't know what's going on. That can be really, really hard. And fortunately today, as we look at verses 8 and 9 of Joshua chapter 1, it kind of talks about that, about removing the fog. Let me just read it to you. Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so that you will be sure to obey everything written in it. So Cole's giving me some bumps. He must agree with that. So study the word of God. That's what it's talking about, right? When it says, study this book of instructions. I mean, God's referring to the books that Moses would have written, right? So the 5 books, the Pentateuch. So he's talking about study these words of instruction. Be sure to obey everything written in them. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. Now, what is all that Joshua is going to do? Well, Joshua is leading the Israelites. He's now in charge, right? And he's leading them into the promised land. They're going to conquer the promised land. That's what the Lord is referring to in succeeding in all that you do. Now, can you apply this to business? Can you apply this to your personal life and all that other kind of stuff? Well, of course you can. I mean, studying this, it's not going to hurt you, okay? It's not going to hinder you in those things. It's only going to help you in those things. So definitely do that. But especially with the things that God's called you to do. If God has put a call on your life, whatever it might be, stay in the Word of God. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to succeed in what God's called you to do, right? Because it's based on His Word. And so this is the command to Joshua, stay in the Word. This is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And that's the huge part of this, right? Stay in this so you stay close to God, right? So you're meditating on His Word, and you're drawing closer to Him all the time. And here's the thing, God never leaves you, just makes you more aware of Him. And do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, because He's always with you. God's not the kind of God who says, hey, go do this incredible task, and then He stands back and laughs. Although He might laugh a little bit. I hear Him laugh at me all the time. But He's not mean in that. It's not like He says, go out there and figure it out. He goes with you. He always goes with you. It's being aware of the fact that He's there. So He always goes with you. Matter of fact, He goes ahead of you and prepares a way. So get into the Word, study His Word, and you will succeed at all that God's called you to do.